Hello, Christine Knox here, and I am absolutely delighted to welcome you to this episode of the Health Leader podcast, where you get to meet the wonderful Robin Devine. Now, Robin is an amazing massage therapist from Calgary, Canada. She is an expert in lymphatics, lymphedema, and brain reflex therapy, as well as craniosacral therapy and remedial massage therapy. She is a lymphatic decongestant therapist as well. She's internationally trained and experienced in teaching for the Chickley and the Upledger Institute, as well as contributing to Canada's program of lymphatics trainings. She now runs the Lymph Balance Centre in Calgary, where she mentors and supports lymphatic therapists. And as part of her next event that she's running is a lymphatics specialized conference, in person and online. So listen to this incredible podcast. You are going to love her passion. She's got an incredible accent and a passion for lymphatics and therapists and helping clients. So enjoy this one. Hello and welcome, Robin. I would love for you to give an introduction about who you are and where you're located and what your passion is.
I can do that. So I'm Robin Devine, and I'm a massage therapist here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And I've been a practicing therapist now for 25 years, and 20 out of those, I have been a lymphatic therapist. So I am very lymphatastic. I love the lymphatic system. So I dove deep early and I've hung out in the lymphatic system ever since. So it's my super
Wow.
passion. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Honestly, 20 years in lymphatics, that's quite unusual, I think. It shouldn't be, but I think it
That's
is.
okay. I'm unusual, so it fits the bill.
There's several things that we can kind of assume from that is that it has allowed you to have a long and prosperous career in the lymphatics area of bodywork.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
like my thumbs still work. It's
your
amazing.
thumbs, you still got opposable thumbs, all the joints in your
Yeah.
work. Yeah,
If
great.
I want to, I can text like a maniac and I can play video games. And yeah, not all massage therapists can say that.
It's very true, especially after
Yeah.
20 years in one particular area of bodywork as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we can assume there's something there that has helped you physically be able to do this. And how do you say it? You're a lymphomaniac?
I'm a lymphomaniac. Yeah. No, I love
Lymphomaniac.
it. It makes so much sense. Like, you
Yeah.
know how you get into massage and you're like, this just resonates and I love everything about it and I love how it makes my clients feel and I love doing it every day. I
Mm.
started to lose some of that for massage. I was
Right.
like, I love receiving massage. I love how my clients, I just like I like doing it. It just wasn't like filling my joy cup. Like I just wasn't feeling over the brim with like excitement. And lymphatics does that.
Yeah.
It's like all encompassing and it makes so much sense. There's so much research behind it. And all of that kind of really sits well with me. And then the effects and the results that I get with clients, like I was adding it into massage and I was adding it into my cranio and I was adding it into my scar stuff. I was adding it into my prenatal stuff and I loved it.
Yeah.
But it's such an amazing system and it's such an underserved population. And so it became such an easy niche because people were coming in just for lymph. So it gave me so much experience without having to really beg for it. Like I didn't have to be like trying to get clients to come in for it because people were just for it on their own.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it made sense for me.
So honestly, we can really hear your passion and how much you love this. What I know of you, we've known each other quite some time now.
Couple
A
years.
couple of years.
I
Um,
know.
so what I know of you is that you don't do things by halves.
No, no, I have a
Oh.
problem with that.
No. If you're in, you're all in, right? And
You know what? Though
uh,
that's just the way it should be, I think. I think it is. Maybe that's just my personality, but I'm like, go all in.
and you've been doing something for the last couple of years that you're
Yeah.
doing again this year
Yeah.
that we really need to talk about.
I
Okay.
love, I love, love, love places and times where you can go and learn about stuff, and you can learn about it from people who are really passionate about it and who know their shit. And like, I don't like to swear very often, but they have to know their shit, or else you're just sitting there listening to people read things off Wikipedia, and that's just not fun. So yeah, about four
So,
years ago, I got a
mhm.
little cheesed that all the big lymph conferences were not near me. And we were coming out of the pandemic, and I was like, I don't want to travel, and nobody wanted to travel. And I was like, what if we had a really fun conference that people wanted to go to? And I was thinking about all these different things that people talk about like, oh, there's always these big conferences and it's just thousands of people at like Comic-Con. And I was like, yeah, but what if it was about like not the superheroes that we make up, but what if it was about like the superheroes in your body, like your lymphatic system? We could have like a LymphyCon. And so we did. And
So
so
let me get this right. This is a conference about lymphatics that you've teamed up with the theme of superheroes within our body.
it makes sense though, is like your white blood cells, your immune cells are like fighting against these like foreign pathogens, these aliens that are just coming into your system, and you have to like fight tooth and nail to survive every single day. And
Yeah.
even we go 5 years ago, like talking about the immune system was so important and everybody was grasping for information. And so yeah, I turned it around and I said, well, like let's have a conference and let's make it fun. So yeah, we have like superheroes as our mascots, and we have a photo booth where you get to like, put a mask on and like put up little signs. And everybody who talks is bringing something new about the immune system or your lymphatics or how you can take care of yourself or how you can help your clients. Like there's just so many different topics about how we can work with our immune system, our lymphatic system, that it just seems silly not to.
Wow.
So, yeah, this is our third year.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
So this is your third year of running
Yeah.
this LymphyCon conference. And
Yes.
here are you running it?
So yeah, for simplicity's sake, I am holding it in my home city. So I'm hosting it in Calgary. But that's the thing is if I look around the world and I look at how many conferences were about the lymphatic system, the number's still pretty low. So, the first year was just one day and one sort of room. And then last year was like one day, but two rooms running. And so what we did is we tried to record the talks. And then for people who couldn't be in person, they could still see the recordings afterwards. And it worked really, really well. And so this year, yeah, I kind of went bigger. And so so we're doing 2 full days with two rooms running both days in both rooms full time. And we have a third room kind of doing like little mini workshops that is a little bit different. But we have a whole recording team. So the whole team from Massage Media here in Canada, who I think has talked to Leash or you. Did you talk to
Yes.
Scott?
Right. Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I love that team. So they're going to come all the way to Calgary, which is on the other side of Canada, by the way. And so
Yeah.
they're going to fly and hang out with us for 2 days, and they're going to record all the talks, and then they're going to host them on their platform. And so anybody who buys a ticket, whether they attend in person or not, can
Yeah.
still see all the talks, including yours and Miss Alicia Crooks. And they're going to be able to see them for 12 months afterwards. So they'll have access to the whole platform. So it's just, we're trying to make it as accessible as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. I
You
love
just got, you got to make it fun for everybody.
it.
And so even my dear friend Michelle Vassallo, she's in Australia.
That's
And
right.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
think we might have snagged her for, yeah, I think she might be coming too. So I don't know if she's coming in person. I don't think she's coming in person. It's not a cheap flight from Australia to Canada, is what you and I have both learned.
This is true. This is true. However,
Yeah. Yeah. It's important though, because
it's going to
I'm
be
so
worth it.
excited that you're
I'm
coming. You're
really
going to come.
excited. I'm really excited to be coming in less than a week. I know. Wow.
It's
So
going to be so
it's
much fun.
amazing to be speaking with you today about it. So we have kind of heard a little bit about the inspiration for
Yeah.
LymphyCon. We've got the
Yeah.
passion. We've got the, hey, I want to go to these other conferences, but it's like just after COVID and I
I
just don't want
know.
to travel that much. And
I
I want
know.
one in my own hometown.
Yeah.
Yeah. And,
Everybody should start their own conferences in their hometown, I think.
and I'm going to couple it with Comic-Con.
Yeah, well,
Make it super cool.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
just we're better because it's about the lymphatic system.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
I guess if what's your favorite LymphyCon character? Like,
Oh, so this
oh,
year, okay, it was really cool. So the first year we had to come up with sort of a hero. And
yeah.
so when you study lymphatics, you learn that um, you have muscles within your lymphatic vessel walls. And it's only the bigger lymphatics that have it. Technically, we start seeing muscles in a structure called lymph collectors. So our main superhero, his name is the lymph collector,
Nice.
which I think sounds very comic book.
It
And
does.
then he has a sidekick, Nancy Node.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they both have lymphedema. They both have a compression garment on. It's very important. We represent. So, and then last year we made a villain, and his name is Pathos, and so he's a pathogen. Kind of
Yeah.
lame. Anywho, he's got like 8 arms like Doc Ock, which I think was brilliant.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
then
I like that.
this year, this
Yeah.
year we added to the Lymph Vengers, and we have Mighty Macro and the Fills.
Oh,
So
cool.
Mighty Macro is a macrophage.
Yeah, yeah.
So he's just one big Avenger or Lymph Venger, and he's got like one big eye. I love him. He's so cool. And then when I teach anatomy and I teach about the lymphatic system, we talk about the white blood cells and the group we call the granulocytes. So basophils, eosinophils, and neutrophils. And so I've always just called them, they're like a gang of phils.
Yeah.
And so
Got
we
yeah.
took that whole concept and we created a trio that are the Phils, and it's Phil, Philip, and Phyllis.
Ah, nice.
And so actually they're my favorite. The Phils, I think I've kind of been building that up as I've been teaching for like 20 years. And so it was kind of fun to see them come together and sort of be created this year. So they have their own poster and everything. It's awesome.
Oh, so cool. I'm loving that. Ah,
Yeah.
so good. I absolutely love it. I know that our creative team over here have been going, we can do like all this, like holy smokes, Batman, like social media posts and all of this. So
Yeah.
we're
And
gonna
I'm Robin, right?
I'm gonna try
So
and get them to do a bit more body work styly, but
well, and I'm Robin. So, like in our family, we're very
exactly.
Marvel. We love the Marvel comic book. My oldest son was named after Wolverine
Yes.
and legit. But I'm DC as Robin,
It's
right?
true.
So my husband likes to joke around and be like, I'm Batman. And I'm like, and I'm Robin. And
Oh,
so I
wow.
can say
Can
holy
we have both
mackerel. And
DC and Marvel? I don't know.
I know, I know.
I
But
do
yeah, holy scar Batman. And I think it works.
care Batman. I
Yeah,
know. It
yeah.
does.
I love it. I love it, but it makes it relatable. And I think that's the hardest part. If I say, "Oh, you have these cells that, they attack and then they bring the antigen and they show you the antigen, so then your body creates antibodies," and you go, "Okay." Like if you can't, if I told you that you had a hero that's going to go and find these guys and then find their identifying markers and then get the whole team together to start fighting for you, it just tends to sit better and people tend to be more engaged and more involved in it.
It's more memorable, isn't it? It's more memorable. And
Definitely hits on the
uh,
memories.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
I kind of like nearly did my research, my research on this, on wrapping data within a story says that it increases retention, memory retention by 60%.
Yeah. So when I teach about immunology now, it's all about, how do you create memory cells and how is the whole process of like creating your immune response and how do you make it relatable, right? So it's, yeah, I do use a lot of comic book references when I teach. And so it came naturally together when I went and put together LymphyCon. So
Oh, I so
yeah,
love it. I so love
yeah,
it. It's
I love
fantastic.
it.
So, in terms of what would make this a no-brainer for
Mhm.
massage therapists, like why should I, like, let's say I'm in Australia, why should I jump online or on a plane and come
Yeah.
to LymphyCon? Like, why is this a no-brainer?
So that's the thing is like when you went to school, how much did you really learn about the lymphatic system?
Oh, very small.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. Like we're sitting back and we're going, there's those 2 hours that one morning. And that was the thing is that it's very discreet in the sense of it's never been given its credit when it comes to its value and its importance in
Mm.
treatment and in so maybe you never ever want to do lymphatic work. Cool, that's fine. More clients for me. But in that situation, the more you understand about it, the better referral source you can be, the more you can support a client if they're looking for that kind of support. But, we really tried to make the whole conference accessible on many levels. So, we have speakers and workshops and classes that are designed more for therapists. Like, you're going to come and talk about how lymph and scar tissue and how you can make a big change just working with scar tissue, which is brilliant because fascial and lymph should go together.
Yes,
Like there's
definitely.
no reason why if you're going to do scar work, you should understand how lymph works. And
Exactly.
and
Yeah.
you should do them together. It's brilliant, better results.
Better.
Like I'm doing a talk about how your digestive system and your lymphatic system work together. And think of all the clients where it's like they've got digestive issues and they're bloated and they have leaky gut and they're constipated or all of that's
Oh,
lymph,
yeah.
right? So we
Right.
have like several talks about digestion and the foods that you eat to help maximize your immune system. But we also have talks about business related and niche markets. Like Alicia is going to come and do an amazing talk via Zoom. She's not getting on an
Okay.
airplane,
No,
but
no,
we
not this
accept her
time.
the same.
Not this
We
time.
accept it. We accept her the same. One day I'll give that lady a hug and it'll be a good hug. So it'll happen. But we're also doing like, how to build up a practice and how to be able to, live within a niche market.
Yeah.
Um, but we also have workshops on how to make your own fermented foods that are good for your gut. How do you, work with patients who have chronic pain and chronic conditions like fibromyalgia or lipedema. We have two amazing talks about lipedema, which is even less understood than the lymphatic
Yeah.
system. So we
Yes.
tried really hard to bring in like research, but access for clients, but access for therapists. And so I love that it's like all encompassing.
Mm.
And so I did everything I could to keep, the ticket price low so it was attainable for everybody. Like it's 100 Canadian bucks, which is very similar to Aussie bucks. Like,
Yeah.
very comparable. So it's
Yeah.
$100 and it's for 2 full days. And so people who can't make it in person still get access to all the recordings. So if I have two rooms going for 8 hours, like that's approximately 16 hours of recorded talks and presentations and workshops each day. So
Wow. So
here in
good.
Canada, I was able to make it so that way a lot of massage therapists could get credits for it, mostly if they attended in person. But we have doctors researching that are going to come and do talks. Dr. Chickley, who's my mentor, he's going to do a Zoom talk. Um, it's just, I don't know. To me, it's a no-brainer because you don't get this information anywhere else.
Yeah.
It's really hard to access that without just looking it
Yeah.
up on. So
Yeah.
to hear people who look at your immune system, your lymphatic system from like 12 different angles, it all came together in sort of one. I'm just so excited. There's so many cool things
It
going on
sounds
for it.
like it's a deep, deep bucket of just
It is.
goodness around lymphatics.
And you can go as deep
With
as
the
you want.
lipedema as well. I just was at a symposium, sponsoring a symposium a
I
couple of weeks
know.
ago in Australia with ATMS, which was amazing. Again, so many people in that room, they were asked, who here has done additional training in lymphatics? And it was a smattering. The room was full, and it
I
was
know.
this is a conference dedicated to this area.
I know.
And it's like, wow, we've got so much work to do in this field.
I know. But it's like that everywhere.
Yeah.
So like that's the great part too, is that, as countries, Australia and Canada, we have so much in common. Like there really is. We're very similar in our demographics. We're very similar in sort of political stability, if you want to think of it that way. And we're very similar in our knowledge bases when it comes to medical approach.
Yeah.
And so there's so many things that I think, like I said, we have like the vice president of Lipedema Canada is going to be coming in person now to talk. And
Wow.
and she's going to talk about like, how to assess and how to look for lipedema and I'm going to be hopefully working with her to help sort of establish some sort of correlation and some classes that we can do between lipedema and lymph. And so there's just so many aspects and then, all the different avenues kind of keep it interesting and exciting.
That's so cool. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Oh gosh. I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited for what's going to be happening. And
Yeah.
also, I'm just thinking like where else can I get that amount of information that is diverse and interesting about lymphatics, not just regurgitated
Yeah.
about lymphatics. That where else can I get that in one place?
It's a hard find. And
It
that
is
was
a
kind of
hard one.
where that's kind of where I wanted to fit in though, is that I've
Yeah.
been to different kinds of lymphatic conferences, some that are very heavy on research.
Mm,
And I don't think I'm the smartest person in the room with lymphatics, but I go to those conferences and I feel like I'm absolutely stupid because we're hanging out with people who just on a research level go so deep, which is not where I hang out, right?
right.
So then I go to those conferences and I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I got anything. And then I'll go to some where it's like so extremely basic. So I wanted to have some good foundational basic stuff, like let's learn the anatomy, let's learn how things work, and then how do you build on that and
Yeah.
look at it from we've got Simone Forte who's going to talk about the fascial experience and Megan Barefoot who's going to talk about it from the second gut sort of nutrition lymphatic experience and you
Cool.
know it's there's just so many great different angles. We've got talks about lymphatics and perimenopause and hormones and how it all comes together. We have a research doctor from Edmonton, from it's the province, my province, Alberta. It's the capital, and it's Dr. Spencer Gibson, and he's going to be talking about research for lymphatics and lymphatic conditions in Canada. So we really tried to like blend it up and make lots of opportunities. So
Wow. So we've got
yeah,
like doctors, researchers, practitioners,
yeah,
nutritionists
patients.
as
Yeah,
well.
we're doing lymphatic yoga. We're doing lymphatic yin yoga with meditation. We're doing self-care talks. I'm talking about how to do your own self-drainage. So again, things that you can do for yourself, but pass on to your patients. So
Yeah.
it's a very cheap ticket to get that much that you can start using right away.
So good.
So
So
I
good.
really want it to be accessible to anybody.
Yeah. That's
So
brilliant. And if if I want to buy a ticket, where do I go?
you just send money to me. No, I'm kidding. Um, We have our website. So my website is lymphycon.com. It's a really complex one. But so it's my tandem website because I have my Lymph Balance Center, which is my mentoring that I do for lymphatic therapists, and then it also the other side of it is LymphyCon. And so on lymphycon.com, it's got like the upcoming conference and there's links. And it's kind of funny because the way to get a ticket is you're kind of going into my Jane app and it looks like you're just like booking an appointment with a class and it's kind of the class. And so it's really easy. You just create a little account and You can use a credit card. It's really
Yeah.
easy. Yeah.
Fantastic.
So,
Fantastic.
yeah.
And it is on.
It's April 26th and 27th. So that's if you can
Right.
come in person.
Yeah.
If you can't come in person, you buy a ticket before the 26th and it's still $100. And
Right.
then it about 1 month after the event, so beginning of June, you'll get a link and you'll have access to all the recordings. And
Right.
I believe I'll have to triple check, but there's going to be access to like the massage media platform and there are two massage therapists and a microphone stuff as well. And so, but if you wait till after LymphyCon, it's going to be more. It's like 125 or something like that. So
Okay.
really, if you want to save that $25, I highly encourage you get the ticket before then. So that way you get that
Okay.
nice little pocket change thing.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Is there anything else that we need to sort of say about LymphyCon? I know that many people are just like this. Hang on, wait a second. This is a therapist who's just decided that they wanted a conference and just gone out and done it.
You can
Yes.
do it though. It's not hard. Like, okay, maybe it's hard for some people, but like you find your friends who talk about cool shit and you go, let's all do it on one day and invite our friends to come listen to us talk about what we like to talk about. And then it grows from there. So I don't
Yeah.
know. I
Yeah.
think I think if you like doing it, it's not work, it's joy. And if you can find it, you might as well do it. So it's getting bigger. I've had to bring on sort of an admin assisting kind of company to sort of help me with coordinating some of the stuff because I am but one little girl. And so it does make it. But we already getting our putting our dates together for 2026. So it's going to be the end of April again.
Oh, and do you have a location? Do you, is it
So
spoiler alert or um
no, so this is the thing, is that I'll probably always run once a year in Calgary, just because this is where I live and it's a big hub. And obviously, I know a lot of therapists and patients here, so it makes sense. I am trying to figure out how to coordinate doing another location around the world. So there's been a lot of interest because I've recently I teach lymph drainage around the world for the Chickley Health Institute. So there has been some talk about Puerto Rico. And I don't know, I haven't been to Australia for a while, so maybe we need to like
might we need to
figure
look at
something out. But I could probably be convinced. So
that.
it's just about finding, the local people who are as lymphatic as I am.
Exactly.
And are they're like I tag myself on Facebook as the Canadian lymphomaniac. So if we can find a couple Australian lymphomaniacs to like work together on it, I'm
There's a
game.
few. There's a few that
I
just
know.
pop in my mind straight away.
I've met a few and I'm like, I'm not alone in this world. I feel like, that one superhero that's like, there's no one else like me. And then you meet them and you're like, this is cool. So, no,
That's
it's just
fantastic.
it's just fun and it allows people to understand their body that much more.
Mm,
And
yeah,
what's more fun than that? I don't know.
very
Works
nice.
well for me.
I love it. I love that you had this idea. I love that you then made it happen. Not just once, but now this is its third iteration. It's getting bigger and better and more globally known about. You're getting
Yeah.
the support of, the association in Canada
Ah,
and across the other side of Canada as well.
yeah,
Very cool having
I know.
those
And
guys
I've
on
got
board.
and I've got amazing speakers coming from Australia.
This is true.
This is
This is true.
true.
Yeah.
And because I've been internationally like teaching, I have students from like Singapore and from Taiwan and China and Puerto Rico and the US who are joining just to get the recordings, right?
Yeah.
So to me, like again, the
It's
the
just
um, wonderful things that happened because of 2020 has given us so much more access without having to be in person. Now, granted, the swag bags and the centerpieces I've been making are freaking amazing. And if you're not there in person, you might miss out. But like
yeah.
to just say that I have, things like this around my house is like,
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
true.
Nice. I'm
Muscles.
gonna have to think up some comic cartoon scar thing, you
Yeah,
know.
there's some pretty cool scars, so, and if you can beat my outfit for this, I will be very impressed.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh, you have to look
So
out for photos, people.
you just do it for fun. And so, yeah, we have like a photo booth and we're providing all the food this year on site. And so, again,
So
it's just how do you make it so, it's approachable and it's accessible for everybody? That's
yeah.
really, really important. So definitely if anybody can't make it, I really want to make sure that people get access to the recordings because it's just so much content and the presenters are just they're putting all their effort into making them amazing presentations and bringing it all together and that's kind of amazing too. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Fantastic. So good, Robin. Thank you
yeah.
so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for
Especially it's
having me.
like later in the evening now for you. So
It's
thank you.
early.
It's early for you. Oh
No,
gosh.
it's early for you.
It's like lunchtime for me.
Oh, all right. Yeah, because it's like
Oh,
8:30, 9 o'clock for me.
yeah, it's
But
getting on. It's like a full
yeah.
day's happened for you. It's
I
like
gave you the sun. You have the sun for the rest of the day.
I'll have it for now.
It's left. I want it back though tomorrow, okay?
Yeah, I was a bit freaked out by my flight because I leave at like 9 a.m. on the 24th and I get to you on 5 p.m. 24th. I'm like, how? What?
Oh,
What?
that
Because I
happens to
live
me.
in the future, right?
I know.
And I got to
I
go
know.
back in time to get to
Yeah.
Canada.
It happened to me just recently. I was flying home from Taiwan. I was just teaching there. I left at 11:30 at night on, I think it was like March 31st, and I made it home by 12:30 the next morning. So I really only made it home an hour later than I left, which this is not
Officially.
right.
Hang
And I was
on.
like, that
Yeah.
was the longest 1 hour of my life.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't worry though. The
But when I
world will
go the
correct
other way,
itself.
I'll miss an entire day.
Yeah, it'll take you like 2 full days to get home. So, the
Yeah.
universe balances out, don't worry.
Yes, it really does.
But while you're here, I gotta, you did such a great thing for me, taking me to go see the Blue Mountains. I'm gonna go take you to the Rockies and we're gonna compare our three sisters.
Ooh, this is exciting.
I know. So, other things that we're gonna share as friends here. So it'll be good.
Okay. I
Yeah.
think if there's anything else you want to add before we finish up, Robin, I think we've kind of covered
Yeah, like,
LymphyCon in
yeah.
this little episode, in this little podcast
Yes.
episode, and we'll have to have you come back to
Always.
let us know how it went and
Oh my.
what's planned for the next one. We'll have to
Yeah,
have.
well, and so
Yeah.
definitely like we're on Facebook and we're on Instagram and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll see a lot of pictures from people at the conference as well, dropping them on. So
Yes.
LymphyCon health conferences is what we are, and yeah, just lots and lots of fun. So can't wait.
Oh, so good. Thank you so much for coming and talking about this with me today. It's been my absolute pleasure.
My pleasure too. It's good to see you, and I'll see you soon.